If your door handles look like this, with screws on the outside, then you have a problem. And in this video, I'll explain why, and most importantly, show you how to fix it. I'm Richard Lannon, rhymes with Cannon, and this is Glazing Insider. So why is this a problem? Well, handle screws are supposed to be on the inside of your property, as on the outside, they are a security risk. Basically, with the screws on the outside, someone has the ability to come along and remove your handle, which gives them access to your locking cylinder, which is also known as the bit where the key goes in. With the handle off and the cylinder exposed, it then provides the opportunity for someone to attack the cylinder by a method known as snapping. Sometimes handles are put on incorrectly with the screws on the outside, accidentally, just by mistake. Someone wasn't thinking or they're just distracted, and some people are just incompetent. But I have seen screws on the outside of more installations than I should have over the years. Now, some cylinders out there do have anti-snap protection in the form of snapping points, or some have full-on lockdown mode if they're snapped. But unfortunately, the majority of older cylinders out there most likely won't have any of this built into it. So, how do you fix this problem? Well, to do this, it's as easy as removing two screws. So all you have to do is to remove the two handle screws from the outside in this scenario. Now, to do this on this version, there is a thumb turn cylinder on this door. So to completely remove the handle, I need to actually remove the cylinders. Now, to remove the cylinder, you have to remove this screw. That's it. It's just one screw, which is how you replace the cylinder. There's a little bit more to it, and I'll cover that in another video. But even if you haven't got a thumb turn cylinder, it's not a bad idea to loosen off this screw, because it sometimes helps when you put the handles back on. Now, once you've done this, swap the handles over, and don't forget to flick the handles over. Most handles have springs built into them. So when you flick the handle over to the other side and then place it on the inside of the door, make sure the other one sits on the other side. Link the handles back up again. There's a spindle that runs through the door. Make sure you line those back up and push those back on. Then when the handle's in the right place, start by just putting in the screws slightly. Don't tighten them up fully at this point. Next, you just need to make sure that the cylinder is back into its place. Make sure the handles go over the cylinder both sides and cover it. And then once it's in the right position, tighten up the screws. Now, don't over tighten the handle screws, because if you do, it can actually stop the lock, and that is experience talking. I tightened the handle once so tight you couldn't operate the door. Then give it a quick test just to make sure everything's moving, and try locking the door with the door open. If that works okay, just tighten up the cylinder screw. Then again, just check the handle, make sure you can turn the key and everything works nicely. Once you're happy with that, just try locking the door overall and make sure everything works. And that's all you have to do to swap the handle over. Now, it's a similar process when you're changing handles, but again, I'll cover that in another video. If you have any questions about this video or any general glazing questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. If this video has been helpful, consider clicking the like button. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, consider subscribing. And otherwise, thank you for watching. Until next time. This then leaves the cylinder in this position. Without the handle on, it exposes...